How's it, everybody? Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Taro Patch. As you can clearly see, we're not at any Taro Patch right now, but it's because we're in Hilo at the beautiful art gallery of my next guest, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey, hello everybody. My name is Keoni Payton. I go by the artist moniker of Painkillers on Instagram. I am the creative director for Broken Hearted, Aloha Nui Art Collective, and also what everybody knows me for pretty much was Farmers Market Hawai'i.
Solid. So the first question I usually like to ask all my guests, just to get like a better idea of who they are and the environment that raised them, is where are you from and how was it for you growing up?
Ooh, bro. So for me, that's a little bit more of a complicated one because I was born in Oahu. Second grade, I moved to Maui, so I went to Kula Elementary, Wailuku Elementary, Iao School, Lihikai, Puahala for 4th grade, then back to Maui, and then yeah, it was Lihikai, Baldwin, Castle High School, Baldwin, Castle High School, dropout.
Oh, brah. That's a big alumni list, huh? No.
I know, yeah. Dude, I get to go to several different class of da-da-das, yeah.
Yeah, for real, all the reunions,
Yeah. So, I'm not doing any of that shit, though.
Yeah, frick. My 10-year reunion is next year, bro, and it makes me just feel like, holy shit, what did I do with 10 years outside of high school?
Yeah.
But freaking, so growing up, you pretty much had a taste of all the islands then, basically.
Yeah. And I would say, like, I would like to always tell everybody, Maui gave me my values. Because, you know, I think you're more influenced as a child, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
for
those developing years and stuff. So, like, all the good things I learned growing up in Maui, all the bad things I learned was growing up in Honolulu, on Oahu.
Okay. So were you just hopping around with family, or?
Yeah.
Mean. Yeah, so freaking, I grew up in Fern Acres, bro, until I was like 8. And then when my parents then split, I moved to Kahalu with my grandparents. And like my older siblings, they pretty much were born and raised here. So like I feel so lucky that I got to grow up on Oahu, because, bro, I feel like if I was to like grow up over here, I would have either ended up chronic or in jail or freaking.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, man. Oahu will help you develop a different mindset and mentality. I know, because a lot of my Oahu friends moved over here too, and they are the ones out here, you know, hustling. They're working. They're trying to get a bag. I think that's what Oahu brought to the table is opportunities, yeah, and just ideas of opportunities. Like, oh, I can make money doing this, or this. You know, like over here it was, you know, just pretty much get a job. And raise your kids.
Yeah.
A lot of you, raise your kids.
That's like the case for my dad. He is the head zookeeper at Paneava Zoo. Bro has been there since like before I was even born.
Bro, I love that zoo.
Bro, that's the best.
We should have did the podcast over there.
Fuck, for real. I know I get called over there.
Yeah.
Bro, coolest thing about that zoo is free.
It's free, bro.
And the animals are like, they look happy. They don't look like, bro, Honolulu Zoo, the animals look miserable.
Dude, I take my son over, I took all my kids over there, like, because it's free too, yeah?
Yeah.
The other alternative would be Fun Factory, yeah. When it's super raining, they do Fun Factory. But yeah, the zoo is cool, man. They got a great playground. It's free. I don't know, the environment, right, is this, you know, it's very welcoming. And, like, you feel good about that whole environment and stuff.
For sure. Yeah. All the flowers and plants everywhere. Freaking the air is nice and brisk.
Yeah, for sure.
Super killer spot. So can you share about, you talked a little bit about the values that you were instilled with in Maui. Could you go a little bit into, I guess, what were the main values that was taught to you as a child?
Well, Maui used, believe it or not, man, Maui used to be country.
Oh, still get.
So, yeah, I still get, only on the east side, but you know, but for the most part, and it's very protected. Yeah. And I understand why Hana side and Kenai side is very protected. And they rightfully so.
Yeah.
But Maui used to be country in the 90s, you know. just, you know, all we had to do was surf. So part of the reason why I dropped out of high school, because I just go surfing every fucking day. But paddling, you know, I lived right there in the housing project, Harbor Lights. Harbor Lights was right across from the Kaului Harbor. And, you know, there was Nakai Walu and Hawaiian Canoe Club. And so, you know, during kind of like the off season, more, you know, we'd go paddle canoe. Then the waves would start coming. And then
you go transition
we kind of skip, you kind of skip missing practices to go surf,
Classic. So what was the reason you moved to Maui in the first place?
Oh, my dad.
Oh, okay. You just went to go live with him?
Yeah, but shit, he just works, so kind of a latchkey kid. And then I guess, you know, my grandma would feel bad and she'd be like, you know, just come live with me.
Oh, okay. So your grandma and them live up there too?
No, my grandma lives in Kaneohe.
Oh, okay. So that's why you moved from Maui. Solid. So what would you say were the main influences that shaped your outlook on life?
Shit, I don't know. Well, switching schools, you know, I was never in a school long enough, or when I did come to a school, the curriculums kind of shifted. So I never got to, like, you know, the only thing I had was art, like drawing. Drawing is universal. And I could do that wherever I went, you know what I mean? I know math is universal, but as a kid, you don't, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to do. It's not something you look forward to doing. Well, I didn't anyway, but so, you know, art was something that, you know, it's a friend. You can pack a notebook. I like comic books. So those things were, you know, they're easy to take with me wherever I went.
Bro, that's so true. Because even when I moved up to Oahu as a kid, not to throw shade on Big Island or anything, but I definitely wasn't up to the Oahu standards of education. So I was a little bit, I had to play catch up when I first went to Kahalu Elementary. But hey, look at me now, bruh. So
we cool. See, brother makes cool ass glasses now. He's got a podcast, bro. Yeah, he's doing his thing, man.
You know that? So how did the idea of farmers market come to be, and what were the initial challenges in establishing such a killer brand?
Well, I was kind of like, you know, I did this since I was 11 years old. You know, when I did live in Maui. So my uncle worked at a shirt printing place, and you know, he'd always see me drawing. And he'd say, "Oh, you like try to put one of your drawings on one shirt?" And then I was just like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." You know, so I drew it and took it to the skate parks, and you know, everybody saw my shirt that I made and stuff, and everybody's, "Oh, I like one." And that was kind of the thing that was the seed that got planted that stayed with me for decades.
You're just like, frick, if nothing else works, I can make clothes.
Yeah, I mean, no, I never thought about it like I could do this for a living, though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But I was always interested, and it was fun to me, and it's kind of like graffiti. I did graffiti as a kid too. So, you know, like, you when you go tagging and stuff, you throw your name up someplace, and then you get to hear people like say, like, you know, give their opinion on it, like, "Oh, that's so sick, dude, man, that shit is wild," and you know, and then you're listening to them say that, and then you know inside that's you. You can't really tell them because that's criminal property damage. You're gonna go to jail for that shit. But like you hear them talking about it, and that, you know, that was kind of almost like a high. Like, oh yeah, fuck, I did that.
Yeah, you feel a real...
Yeah, and to my close friends, I'd be like, yo, I did that shit. You know what I mean? Like, kind of, it's like bragging, I guess, as a kid.
For sure.
But yeah, I kind of just like always did like art shit. And then so, you know, that was kind of like a hobby. You know, a hobby fed by passion, because I like doing it too.
Like passion project, kind of.
Yeah. And then, you know, now I speak at schools, and shoot, it got crazy. Success is a crazy thing too. But and you never would think that it would lead to that. So now as a parent, I try to introduce things to my kids. Like just introduce a bunch of things to them, and maybe they'll get like passionate about one of those things.
For sure.
You gotta play the numbers, so just kind of let them, I support them in whatever they try.
And if they want to try, let them.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking, can you talk a little bit about the graph culture in Hawaii? Freaking, me and my friends, bro, growing up, we always used to like go into the canals and bomb. Nothing serious,
bro. Me
but
too.
like
Great shit. Right there. Shit, I'd be painting while people are at a Huimanu bus stop. You know the canal right there going to Woodridge? I'd be doing burners right there while all the school kids are up there waiting for the bus trying to finish it. You know what I mean?
That's classic.
And then I was on Crime Stoppers. I was on the news several times for doing graffiti.
That's funny.
And you know, like we had a crew, graffiti crew. And, you know, we probably had one of the ITK was a big one, but at that time we were probably one of the most well-known graffiti crews that to this day there's like a lot of us that like are successful. Like, you know, one of my really good friends that was in the crew with me, Aaron, he goes by Angry Wobots. He's from Kaneohe also. Okay. And he does those pandas. Yeah. And you know,
for like powwow and stuff.
Yeah, dude, he does these amazing pandas, and he was always a great artist too. Yeah. And my thing was I just try to do bigger and crazier than him. Yeah. Like freeway runs and stuff. You know.
One up your boy, kind of.
Yeah. But he was always a great artist, and you know, I wouldn't have thought that you could make money doing this, you know, like
painting.
It was a source of income or as a career too, So, you know, after when I was released from prison, so it's either, you know, reevaluate your life, you know, and think of a different way how to get a bag, or go back to doing the same shit and possibly face another prison sentence. So, you know, I saw him, like, he made it in that space, the art space, and I was just like, shit, man, he's better than me, but I think I can do it. You know, it's just gonna take it's gonna take more discipline, and I mean, just practice, man. You know, that's the thing about anything. Like, nobody's good at first.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I appreciated about graffiti was being able to see how creative my friends are, bro. Cause like I cruise, I don't want to say like I cruise in Mokes, but definitely we're like rascal local kids. And like, bro, seeing them paint like beautiful pieces, I'm just like, bro, like how does this come out of your head? Like what the hell? It's so amazing, bro, seeing like some of my friends' creativity. Like one of my boys, he works at Kailua Intermediate. Oh, he just did a fat mural for them. Just cause like he suggested it. He's like, bro, like let me paint one of the walls over here, please. And they actually went through with it, so he's stoked.
Yeah, so that was kind of the argument like coming up too. Like we're all trying to find our way. We want to do what, you know, we want to try to create a career and, you know, make money doing what we like to do, which was, you know, at that time was graffiti. And I think Aaron was the first one out of us to kind of carve a path in that way.
Oh, and like actually show a way to do it.
Yeah. So, you know, I'd ask my brother's friend would send me like articles of like his blog and stuff, what he's doing when I was locked up, and I was thinking, shit, okay. And I kind of just, you know, I had the same thing. I had one of these composition books. I still have them to this day. And I'd write down like what I like that he's doing and what I would do differently and how I would make it better. So, and I had a lot of time to think about this shit.
Oh, so just planning your approach then, basically.
Yeah.
Solid. So could you elaborate on the cultural and I guess social messages that you try to convey with your designs?
Well, so I'm inspired by my surroundings, so my environment. I am Kanaka Moli, so definitely my culture. And, you know, and I create a platform. And I did this through art. I created this platform through art. So I didn't use my culture to launch my platform. I used my platform, which was art, and to pull in my culture. You know, so to me, I feel it was a very fair way to kind of like, you know, I'm not taking. I created a space, now I'm involving. So, yeah.
It kind of, it makes sense. It puts you in a place to actually like, I guess, not only get it out there, but like teach, share, freaking all of the stuff that, I mean, I guess I feel like I'm the opposite, where like I centered my platform around my cultural educational stuff.
And I like it. I watch you guys stuff and I like that shit.
But no, it's cool to see what you said, like use your platform or build it first and then incorporate the culture aspects to it.
Well, that was part of my design, and the way I did it was to show, you know, the next generation that like I wanted to be that bridge, you know, like how Aaron was that bridge to show me that way that you could make money that way. I wanted to do the same thing too, but the way I wanted to do it, through clothing and fashion. And you know, growing up, we never had a clothing brand for us that represented us, so we wore all the cool American styles, you know, and stuff that we'd see on the rap videos and stuff like. So now that I created this following and this platform, I will always support people, you know, coming up in those genres that, you know, okay, so maybe hip hop is American. You know what I mean? It's not Slap Key, it's not Olelo, you know what I mean? But maybe it is American, but maybe we do have talented people that can be those bridges too. Like, could you imagine if like Osna was the next Drake, or Mox was the next Kaimani Marley or Bob Marley or something? Kaikena's kind of out there, man. Kaikena's if you guys listen to his lyrics, he's prophetical, man.
Choke kauna or double meanings.
Totally, bro. And he's from Kailua.
Yeah,
so he's from the east side too.
So you mentioned it a little earlier. We don't need to get into it if you don't got to, or if you don't want to.
No, I don't even care.
Could you talk a little bit about your incarceration story and like the lessons you took from it?
Oh yeah. You know, like even when I get asked to speak at schools for career days and stuff, you know, I have to kind of tell the people asking me to do those things, it's like, you know, not to sound cocky or anything, but like I don't regret it. I don't, you know, because I just feel like your path, you know, you'll grow through what you go through, and I needed to go through those things to grow through those things, you know what I mean? But you know, I learned a lot from that stuff. And plus, you know, looking back at it, man, I lived a fucking rock star life, man. And I can't be mad at that. You know, I could have done it a different way. I didn't know how. We didn't have, you know, I felt like, you know, I didn't have options. So I created the best hand out of the cards I was dealt. You know, so. And, you know, sometimes you have a good hand. Sometimes you can bully the pot. And sometimes you just get smashed. And it's whenever you do anything, it's a numbers game now. So whenever you do something illegal, it's not if you'll get caught, it's when you'll get caught. And you will get caught. What I noticed is popular these days is people don't, you know, they don't eat their fucking beef anymore. They'll get caught and they'll tell on all their friends. And that's, you know, that's the thing now. So the culture, even that culture has shifted too, You know, there was honor, and, you know, there was a solidarity behind that culture too, you know. You get busted, you keep your mouth shut. Hopefully they'll take care of you while you're locked up or something, but, you know, like, it's not even an option to tell on your friends. Well, now it's, and then you would hear about certain people like, man, he's been doing that for a long time. Oh, he got caught, you know, he got his house raided, you know. Well, if you got your house raided, here's the thing. If you get your house raided, the law enforcement agency has to ask a federal judge, well, for me it's federal, has to ask a federal judge to put his name on the line to write a search warrant. So they have something on you. If they can provide a search warrant, they have to have probable cause. So they have to have something on you already as solid evidence to get a search warrant. So all those guys, oh, yeah, they raided my house, they never find nothing. You're lying. Get the fuck out the game. You shouldn't have even been involved in the game, and stop telling on your friends.
Yeah, for real, bro. That's so facts, because even in like pop culture, like snitches was like the bottom of the bottom.
They
like,
still are.
Yeah, they still are. But like,
they still are.
But they're way more prevalent now.
Oh, totally. And like, yes, some of the so-called tough guys, man, everybody want to fucking act like they're a gangster till they got to fucking do some time.
Yeah, that's why I'm just a humble farmer.
Yeah, no, but that's good. You know, people should be like that. You know, like if you're going to get into that lifestyle, you got to understand the consequences that come with it.
Yeah.
And I understood that, and I was okay with it. You know, it's just like, you know, signing up for the army and saying, I'm never going to go to war. If they call you, you got to go to war. You signed up for this shit.
Yeah.
You got to fucking go.
For fact. Yeah. What was probably like the nutsest thing that happened to you while you was locked up?
Oh shit. Well, they, I guess it was a beef, and they ran the Sureños, which is the Southsiders, and the Norteños, which is the Northsiders. I guess they got kicked off the yard. There was everything's racial in there, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, you wasn't even in Hawaii locked up?
No, I was in Lompoc.
Oh, mean.
And so, well, I was all over, but Lompoc was the first mainland place, yeah?
Okay.
So, yeah. And it was real weird too, yeah, because I had a Mexican bunkie too, yeah. And, but you keep to yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing about, like, in jail, like, and I'm not lying, Hawaii boys can scrap. They grew up fucking scrapping. Yeah. Hawaii boys aren't gonna have, they're not gonna have a hard time in jail as far as like being able to fight. There's certain protocol that you have to do, because you can't just take off on anybody because you're outnumbered,
yeah,
you know, by hundreds and sometimes thousands of other different races, yeah. But yeah, so you kind of just keep to yourself. And if you have a problem with somebody, if he's black, you have to go talk to the shot caller for the
yeah, the leaders of.
Yeah, or same thing with the Mexicans. Like,
yeah,
you know, you have to go talk to their leaders and say, you know, I got a problem with homeboy. You know, he owed me some money on this bet. He's not paying it, and yeah, I'm trying to take him into the bathroom, man.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then you guys just get to box in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
You like request a duel kind.
Yeah. Protocol, bro. That's protocol.
That's nuts.
And then so, you know, that's how that side was. So they were taking they put the Norteños on the yard, and it was real weird because one of them was I had a Southsider underneath me. Yeah, he's actually MS-13, but he linked up with the with the Southsiders, and his name was Lobo, and he had a kind of little bit
disability.
Yeah, he had disability, dude. So you know, the reps told me, oh, okay, it's not our fight, yeah, but stay safe, keep your shoes on.
Oh, like they was preparing you for what's
going to go down. It's not our beef. It's not between us, yeah. Just but look out. I think something's going to go down. And I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right, bro. Because I saw none of the... So when you get into prison, like you start setting up your locker, your bed, and they didn't. I was watching them. They put their laundry bags just in the locker. So then they weren't taking off. Like you get tape and you make brush holders. Yeah. So, and then I was like, okay, yeah, something is up. Things aren't making sense, yeah, like how they normally would. Yeah. So right, I was like, okay. So you know, I had my book, and you know, I had the reading light. So I was just reading my book, and yeah, you could just see it, like the whole dorm it's like a dorm, yeah. As soon as they lock the gate, and there's one guard, yeah. In the dorm, just you see people just start walking around, yeah. And yeah, I noticed you know, several of them were coming towards me, yeah. So I'm just reading my book, like I'm reading my book, but you know, through the side eyes, yeah. I'm watching everything that's going around, yeah. And then you know, then right there I see them, they're coming to my bunk, yeah. And then so I'm just kind of, you know, I'm being vigilant. Yeah. And then yeah, right there they started like just teeing off on the guy, and he got up, he rolled off his bunk, then he pulled himself underneath the bunk, yeah.
Well, to try hide.
Yeah, so he went underneath the bunk, yeah. And then I looked off and I just saw them just like stabbing him underneath the bunk. Oh, yeah. Like they weren't even looking, yeah. Yeah. Like he rolled off and he was hiding underneath, and they were just going like this. Yeah, they weren't even looking at him. They were just stabbing the bunk from all directions, and then the sword team came in, and they fired
tear gas.
No, those fucking beanbag shotgun beanbag things, and all that shit. And then we all have to strip naked and stand next to our bunk. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. So like, did your bunkie live?
Oh, I don't know. They took him out.
Oh, bro.
So you don't even know what happens. Yeah. They just come in, gurney them, take them out, separate everybody.
Yeah.
And, they look for any marks on your hand.
Oh, like injury kind of.
Yeah, injuries.
Yeah.
So.
Battle wounds.
Yeah. Defensive wounds, battle wounds.
Bruh, that's nuts, dude.
It was pretty wild.
I like that show 60 Days In, where the people like go try and go undercover in the prisons.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh,
that's pretty interesting.
It is. Just because like, it's exactly like how you described it. Like everything is segregated. Like they segregate themselves, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even like the jail is like, hey, you guys over there, you guys over there. It's literally like they just stick to their own.
Yeah.
But
like, after that first spot, like I knew how to maneuver. So wherever I went, I just know what's up. Like I know how to make friends. I know who I'm gonna hook up with after that. Yeah. You just know how to network in that whole system. Yeah.
Bruh, for sure. Was there like any I guess like full jail riots? Like everybody, the guards had to like bring in backup.
Oh well, yeah, that was one of them because it popped off in every other dorm too.
Oh
shit! So they were trying to take out any norteño. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Wow, that's crazy. How long were you in there?
5 years, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a long time.
Yeah, a little over 5 years.
Could you, on a lighter note, can you walk us through your creative process from your concept or idea to like the final design?
So it will sometimes I just do I do spin-offs of like what big fashion houses are doing. So I'll take what they're doing and like say if they were doing tropical flowers, and I was like, okay, well, I like that that they're using those colorways, and I'll implement those colorways into some of my schemes and designs and stuff. Yeah,
solid. So what would you say was probably some of your biggest, I guess, cultural inspirations when designing? Because I know like your main logo was the tiki.
Yeah, so I had that. It was a tiki or ki'i.
Yeah, ki'i.
Like it depends who you're talking to. Yeah. Like I'm not part of the Olelo police. Yeah, that's why. They got those. Yeah, like it could mean this, and I'm just like, well, you know what that's the thing, and I like that. I watched Kamaka's podcast, and he had an Olelo teacher on his podcast, and even though he was a teacher, he used to say, oh yeah, well, I'm not big on that. When we're talking about something, or we're sharing stories and stuff, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because the context.
You don't have to correct me. Yeah,
exactly. That's so true. I mean, I'm taking Olelo right now. I'm in 302, and bruh, it's hard. No cap. I just wish I I wasn't even interested in that kind of stuff as a kid. It's so.
And I think I think that's part of our growth too.
Yeah.
And I think I was part of that growth. I was part of that growth where, there was a whole bunch of us Kanaka that, kind of lost their way, and they're trying to feel things out, and
in this modern freaking environment,
in this space, and I did that through fashion, but I involved, my roots and my culture into it, and I made it cool, and I made it, feasible to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I inspired a lot of other Kanaka to do the same.
For sure.
And they in turn inspired people. Like let's get deeper into this now. That's what I tell everybody too. So, like I might do graffiti, and graffiti is not Kanaka. It was never a practice. Cultural art form. You know what I mean? But I did that, and I talked about our culture in that space. Yeah. And I was inspired to do designs about our culture. in the way I interpreted it and the way I felt about it and the way I wanted to visually, represent that mo'olelo or that, that God or anything like that, yeah. And, it made other kids, like, come out of their shell and be like, oh, okay, well, if you're doing that, I can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we're all kind of finding our way. And, like, you want to do better than me, you got to learn more than me.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening with our, our society and our culture right now. Like, they're peeling back the layers now.
Yeah.
And, once the language was lost, it was really easy to indoctrinate us. And I think that now that, Olelo Hawaii is becoming more popular and the younger kids are learning it, that it's strengthening our foundation. Yeah,
for sure. I feel like when our grandparents and kupuna was like basically banned from speaking Olelo, the generations after them literally lost that worldview. Totally. Because like language is what connects us to our worldview the most, bro. Like if you break down Olelo words, you literally see how they thought, and it's so like, even the word aina, we think of it as land, like, okay, yeah, you grow food on the aina, yeah, whatever. Aina to them meant that which feeds. So that's why it was the land, because it feeds us.
It supported you.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Sustenance, bruh.
Yeah. And in many different ways too, Not just didn't put food in your stomach,
Yeah.
It was the connection.
Yeah. You cultivate more than just...
It's the work that goes into it too.
Yeah. So what would you say are some of your biggest motivating factors that drive you to do what you do?
I just have fun with it, man. Like, everybody's like, oh, farmer's market fell off. I was like, okay, well, whatever, man. I have kids. Dude, I'm being a dad. I don't have the time, and my values changed. I like partying. I like getting drunk every weekend before. I got kids. I can't do that anymore. It doesn't work. It's not supportive of the environment that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
So I can't. I'm not hanging out with all these hot, Instagram models and whatnot anymore. I don't even care to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'll do the photo shoots and stuff once in a while, but I like people to handle that shit. I'm a dork, man. I like doing stuff with my kids, and I play video games. Fuck.
Yeah. Me. What games you stay jamming right now?
Just Warzone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always gonna be a classic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not good at video games. I just like playing them, and I've always liked playing them.
Yeah, it's an escape, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But during COVID, it I would always play them, but I didn't get like heavy into it. I'll show you guys the stream room and stuff after. But during COVID and the lockdowns, it gave us something to do where those lockdowns changed the way we interacted with each other socially too.
Yeah.
A lot of us gained weight. A lot of us,
got depressed.
Depression, and we're still fighting that shit.
Right,
we're still trying to
crawling out of the puka.
Yeah, from that, and that happened, 3 years ago, and we're still feeling the effects from that right now. And then we went through bad leadership in politics. Political leadership is, and I hated politics. Bro, I never would have fucking thought that I would want to know about politics, but I want to know about politics because I want the fucking change to happen, and it's not going to happen. And I watched because I was part of the problem before. The problem was before Kanaka was just like this. That's their system.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be part of their system.
Our votes no matter.
Yeah, our votes no matter.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know if you're not voting? You of course. It's like, you don't know that space, so you don't know if it matters.
Yeah.
You're talking out of your ass. And I thought that way too.
Yeah.
So, I can be honest and transparent about, my lens now. It does matter. It heavily matters now.
Yep.
And if you have a license, if you have a driver's license, guess what, Kanaka? You participate in their system.
Yeah.
So don't participate in the system where it's convenient and beneficial to you and just you, because that's fucking selfish.
Yeah.
You got to participate in the whole. You got to stand up for your people. What's the saying go? silence and complicity is the complicity of the oppressor. It strengthens oppressor. I gotta Google that shit.
No, I understand.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, being silent and not fighting.
That's what they want.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah. Literally, bro, that's so funny. Literally, everything you were saying earlier is literally how I was. Bro, I grew up like thinking I was a Democrat, thinking they're always gonna look out for the best interest of the people. But I used to hate Trump, bro.
Same.
When he was first running, I was like, bro, how can they let that? Like literally getting mad. And then freaking, bro, I watched this one one freaking speech he gave, and right after was the news, and I literally seen them cut the speech up and edit it to make it sound like he said something fucking ridiculously racist and outlandish. And from that moment, I was like, holy fuck, bro. Like, they were doing that the whole time. Bro.
No, and that's why when people have podcasts like yourself, they say, hey, would you do my... Of course I will. Of course I will. Because these podcasts are the new independent voices of the community that are unbiased. You're going to get a fucking transparent lens on the person. And you do it in a long form conversation to say, oh, man, I liked what he said about this, but I didn't like what he said about this. And you can have a disagreement on things, but if you listen to a person long enough, you're going to find a coexisting place. Like common grounds and similarities. And you'll be like, well, I might not agree with him on this, but I agree with him more than I disagree with him.
Exactly.
And that's how we find unity, through that common ground.
Because when people don't have dialogue and discussion, they think the other people are like dehumanized. That's when violence happens, bro. Like you think of them so little that they're not even humans, and you're just like, okay, go kill them then. It's kind of nuts, bro. Like especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, and then it is fucking out of control. Our leadership rather like care about other people's problems than
us at home.
Exactly.
But see, all those Kanaka that said, I'm not a part of that system, they're the reason why we're in the shit show. We're part of this shit show that we're in. All these young kids got to just go out and vote.
Bro,
but they also have to take the time out to do the independent research. Because if you're listening to mainstream media,
bro,
like you're here, like you could go on and hear a whole bunch of shit about me. I was a fucking drug dealer, whatever you're gonna hear. But also, you can have a conversation with me. And I bet you'd change your fucking mind.
For sure, bro. I feel like a lot of the times people don't like somebody because they don't know enough about them.
Oh, for sure. 100%. I mean, like going back to what you said about hating Trump. When Trump said boycott Hawaii, and he was saying, I was like, boycott Hawaii, you fucking howly. Fuck you. Good, don't come over here. And I thought about it, I was like, oh, so what? We wouldn't have less tourists? Raj, I like that. Then I started to, like, I agree, please, boycott Hawaii. Boycott Hawaii. Stop buying our land, stop fucking crowding our beaches and surf breaks. Boycott Hawaii.
Bro, that first 2 weeks of COVID when the state was shut down, it was so nuts how like nature was like coming back. Bro, like turtles laid eggs at Waikes, bro. Like turtles hatching out of Waikiki with 2 weeks no humans. Imagine like what could happen if we just like let the island rest for like a month, you know what I mean?
If it was under our stewardship.
That's why Kapu was a powerful tool, bro.
So, you know, that brings us into this different discussion. County. And how strong your county is. And I think understanding how strong your county is, you know, it gives you hope. So now all those people that say, oh, my voice no count, it's like, your voice does count. Your voice counts on a county level. You can change things in the county. And I noticed things during COVID. Okay, so every other island put all these restrictions, vaccination cards to go to restaurants. And, you know, I want to go eat at Jen and stuff. And right there, I was like, oh, I need a vax card. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, I don't have it on me. No, I just went on Photoshop. I'm a graphic artist. I chefed on up. And then, you know, whenever I traveled, I went to go eat at restaurants with my friends and stuff. I show my fake vax card or picture of it. And it was good enough. But, so right there, it was like, good enough. There's no penalties if you get caught. So it's not a law. It's a mandate. A mandate is just a request.
Suggestion.
It's a request. Can you please do this? You know, and everybody just followed these mandates. They accepted that. as being like next to a law.
Bruh.
And it was the fucking most fakest thing ever. But this island, this who planted a seed, and I talked about this on the Aloha Hour podcast, that planted a seed when, you know, this island didn't require it. So right there, I used to think that the governor was the most powerful one.
Control every company.
Yeah, he controls. What he says goes. Bull fucking shit.
Yep.
And I campaigned with BJ Penn on his gubernatorial candidacy and stuff, and his run, and I believed that. And then I met somebody on his campaign, and you know, we started talking. He was like, hey, you know what, bro? County's more strong. When the fucking county been? The county been here before the occupation.
Yep.
I was like, hey, okay, talk to me. You know, and then he started telling me, okay, so he taught me about the con, territory, republic, you know, and he
all the different legal terms.
Yeah, and the HRS and stuff is, the HRS, we have a Hawaiian constitution, which is actually the framework that all legal language is built on in the state. So the state is just a tablecloth.
Bro, literally.
On the table, on our table that we eat off.
Yeah.
If we understand that and more people understand that, then we get to be the ones that say, you got a request to sit at my table.
Yeah.
You're just a fucking tablecloth. And guess what? This tablecloth is dirty, and I can fucking scrunch them up,
throw them
away.
Yeah.
So I think understanding that now, we're at this new time where we gotta make the changes, and the changes are possible, and this is how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, straight up. I love seeing, like, I guess the new lit passion that a lot of locals and Hawaiians are having when it comes to politics. Like, I hope all the local brothers that is running for whatever they're running for gets it, just because, like, we should be making the decisions for Hawaii, not people from Pennsylvania
100%.
or freaking
100%.
Cali to come here, further their political career, stay politicians forever. Bro, it's so nuts how they're public servants technically, and they're richer than the public.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, it's because they don't care about us. And
They don't.
Most of them sit on different boards.
Bruh, literally, they're all fucking boys, all in the same groups, all the same lobbyists, and they're all together.
Yeah, like this county, even though we can change this county, and it'll probably be the first one to change, but it's only because, you know, we are working very hard to be part of that change we want to see, though.
Yeah.
And it might be harder for different islands, but you know, if it works over here, then I hope people use that as, you know, as the framework to do it on their moku.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Big Island kind of does, when it comes to that kind of stuff, lead the charge, and then we're all like, oh, we can do that too.
No, for sure. I mean, like look at the Lahaina fires, man.
Bruh.
The Lahaina fires, the community, like we put so much like praise into this broken system of America that we think that they're gonna save us, they're protecting us, they're saving us. That's called Stockholm syndrome.
Lit, bro. Straight up.
And when anything bad happens, man, look who picked up the tab. This is the community. In fact, the state stopped them from bringing supplies in.
Yep.
They put these roadblocks and hurdles from the community stepping up to help each other.
Yep.
And that was, aside from Mauna Kea, that was a big fucking realization and a point to know that, you know, we are strong as a community. We're fucking, you know, we get strength.
When shit hits the fan, that's the beautiful thing that comes out of these tragedies is like the freaking unification it brings after. Because, that sense of community, even with like Mauna Kea, Lahaina, even the smaller stuff, like it just makes you feel like so good to be part of that voice, I guess. The most irritating thing though with the Lahaina situation is every single time there's like talks about how to move forward with Lahaina, they don't ever include people from Lahaina. Yeah. It's like, who are you guys to make the decisions for them? Like, what? Ask what they want.
That is the corrupt state doing that.
Yep.
So that's the fake state of Hawaii doing it. And as soon as Bisson gave over his power of the county to green, he gave that up.
Yeah. Can you maybe discuss your involvement on Hawaiian activism and how you use your platform to shine light on local issues?
I'm active. Yeah. Like, I am active. You know what I mean? Like, you know, me and the other brotherhood, Jarek, man, he kind of taught me about this space too, and he would just drag me into these meetings too. I'll drive, bro. He goes, come, we gotta go check this out, bro. Yeah. I think they doing this, I think they doing that. That motherfucker is so connected, bro. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't know how he finds the time or energy to learn all these things that are going on, but he's like, hey, this is corrupt, this is corrupt, this is corrupt. Look, this fucker's sitting on the board for this. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, dude. Then, you know, he throws out his theories, yeah. Yeah. And then I said, yeah, okay, if I'm gonna talk about it, I gotta see the receipts.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
connect the dots for me, but with evidence.
So then, you know, we go on the DCCAs and we look it up and, you know, go through their finances and stuff, and we're like, okay, they did receive a donation from this company. They received several from this company, and then you go look up that, and then you go through their LinkedIns, and then you go through their financial statements, and you know, then on and see what boards they sit on, and then that whole world gets super small.
Yeah, there's like freaking 10 people that maybe control everything.
Yeah, dude. Even in that space till this day, yeah. So, you know, I like to tell people, if anybody's involved in politics right now, don't vote for them. They're career politicians. We cannot have career politicians. You got to have the people that didn't like politics, that are stepping up to the plate to be the change. But we don't have the money. Yeah. So that's the problem. We don't have the money. We don't have the money for the YouTube ads that are playing, for the news commercials, and who owns all the news media? The regular TV. Yeah. So they have, and they'll put tons of fucking money behind that. And we have the aging demographic of voters would be, mostly Asian too, though. But the aging
older people usually is the voters,
and that's why they created these. They use the public's opinion to kind of steer that away and say, oh no, but that's your kupuna. Yeah, the kupuna need to vote.
They know best.
So we need to include them. So we're gonna have these mail-in ballots now. Now, that's another. You know, it's not even saying that it's rigged. It's not saying it's rigged. But could it be rigged? So if it could be rigged, why even involve that into the equation?
Yep, exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? We have to tighten the fucking belt on that thing. Yeah. And not open it up to give more options of corruption. Yeah. So, you know, that's my thing with the voting thing, man. I got to be all walk-up voting. Yeah. Don't
voter ID.
Yeah, dude. Don't vote for people. In fact, don't vote for just because they have a Hawaiian last name. Yeah. Doesn't mean they're for Kanaka. Yep. You know what I mean? Vote for people that you see going to these meetings, the ones that you see showing up for the people, the ones that you see involved in these community things. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes it bums me out that there's powerful voices that could be in this fight too that aren't in this fight. Yeah. Because, you know, they're gonna lose gigs. Yeah. Or they're gonna
the PR or what? Yeah, the public. Idea of them.
Like, shit, man. I'm the same way too, man. I make less money because I'm so vocal. About, you know, stuff, my political standpoint and what I oppose and stuff out here in Hawaii. But so at the same time, that's kuleana. Yeah.
Bro, I thought it was so big time how you put up the receipts of Josh Green getting $1 million from Pfizer.
You're following me back
his response to that was unreal, no? What? Of course, medicine companies donate to doctors. Yeah. I'm like, Bada, what even was that?
Dude, he used to follow me on Instagram. Like, I have it screenshotted, but he used to follow me on Instagram. And, you know, like, but I cannot fucking lie, bro. Yeah. I'm going to do the research. And I like when people, like, tell me I'm wrong. Yeah. Like, I'll go pull up the receipts then.
No, but the Josh Green thing was totally, bro, you could tell. In the beginning of the pandemic, he was like, bro, go outside, boost your natural immunity. Freaking, don't rush to take the vaccine yet. Yeah. And then as soon as he fucking got that milli, bro, vaccine is the only way. Unvaccinated, you guys are the fucking problem. Yeah, fucking
for sure.
Close down the state. I'm just like, bruh. What? This guy switched up on us.
Yep, and they're doing the same thing.
Fuck you and your whiteboard, Josh Green.
Yeah, yeah. And they're doing the same thing with this the climate change thing.
Bruh.
Like, we live in Hawaii. We get one single climate, yeah, year round. It's on part of the year a little bit more rainy, but you know, we're okay with it. But also, like I went through the numbers and statistics, man. Hawaii's population, the population of Hawaii,
We couldn't even affect.
it can't even do a fucking point one.
Yeah.
You know, tick on the carbon footprint on a global scale.
Bruh, and it's
So until they fix the big problems, the big problem areas, that's how you got to do it. It has to be a ladder.
Yeah.
Like the big guys first. Fix this. Show us that it's working on that level, and then you can talk to the small guys. Because what
Exactly.
happens to the small guys? We the most poor people.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive place to live on fucking earth. You know, so you know why are gas prices gonna go up?
yeah.
Because the fucking billionaires can afford it.
Yeah.
They can afford the switch over their cars to electric vehicles.
Yeah.
You know, like we live in a state where, you know, we're getting hand-down vehicles from our parents, our grandparents, and we fixing these fuckers up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so true. Even when it comes to like how the government, I guess, fucking, I just brain farted. Damn
Always
it.
do that. But while he's thinking about that, boom, he sells these. Do you sell these cool glasses, bro?
I usually just give them out to my
Oh.
guests, but I can sell if anybody like. Freaking. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say about the climate change shit is, bro, so they always try to like implement these new rules and regulations for, like you said, the small working class people. Bruh, the biggest carbon polluters are all the fucking corporations, all the fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
And the government doesn't do shit to fucking regulate them, bro.
They're still flying their private jets.
Literally,
with
dog.
they have the biggest carbon
Like,
footprints.
I gotta use fucking paper straws while you can fucking take a 10-minute flight just to go fucking get food somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
suck my ass.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
So, what would you say are some of the current issues in our communities today, and what should be done about them? Like, how can we help?
Well, you can find good candidates that you see showing up for the community and for the people, and you guys can support them. And you know, like I said, you know, these politicians have millions of fucking dollars to back them. They're gonna pay off people to talk shit about you. You gotta protect these people, man.
Yeah.
You know, you guys gotta do your part and repost. You know, if you want to repost the things that are gonna change Hawaii in a positive way. You know, like share the information, bro. Be more supportive. You know, they had this crabs in a bucket, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I heard this this other person added to it, yeah. He said, "Oh, but you got to remember the ama crab, yeah. Everybody has this ama crab mentality, yeah. When one coming out of a bucket, the rest pull them down, yeah." And then another Hawaiian said, I forget who it was, and I like this analogy. He said, "Oh, but that's not their environment. They run free on the rocks. You don't see them doing that on the rocks in their natural environment."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's true, man."
That is true.
But you know, at the same time, we gotta. Why do we have to be the crab? You know what I mean? Why you gotta be the ama crab, man?
Classic.
I'll give you something cool, like on Tiger Shark or something, or you know, or an eel or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me be something cool, bro.
That's funny. How would you say your perspective of success has changed from when you were younger to how you define success now?
Well, before it was, I think it was financially based and, you know, almost in that materialistic sense, yeah, of what I own or what I can buy and what I have.
Yeah.
You know, now it's legacy.
Yeah, like what you leave behind, huh?
Totally.
Yeah. How would you say, like what would you, like, I guess when all of this is said and done, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I hope that, you know, I'll be able to speak at universities, explaining to these academia, bro, who's been brainwashed and who's part of that, you know, that colonialistic mindset, and that have supported the inculcation of indigenous people, that the change needs to happen to survive as a society and to survive in a fair and just way, man. You know, we got to get, the leaders got to go.
Yeah.
And even back in, in the kingdom days, right? If you had a bad chief, you killed a bad chief.
Yeah, he'd be exiled.
Yeah, they throw him off rocks.
Yeah.
And I know we can't do that today. I wish we could, but we can still exile them. We can still get together and have these conversations and tell people, please don't support them.
Yeah, that's true, wow. Facts, straight up. Who were some of the biggest influences in your life that shaped you to be the person you are right now?
Me, first off, I'd like to thank myself, myself, and I. I didn't really have those. I didn't really have that. My grandpa was a cop, and I thought he was the coolest guy, as a kid. He's the coolest, most strongest guy. He locks up all the bad guys and stuff. He's a hero. But I was the crook he was going to lock up at the same time. So I didn't really, I had this weird upbringing, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay. So what are some of your other passion projects outside of your artistic ones? Or like, what are some things that you like to do that people might be surprised about? I like to create or be part of the design on some farmsteads. Oh, me.
And some smaller, communities,
Yeah.
And designing those communities. And
is there any that you've worked on recently?
Well, yeah, we're working on one right now. So we're going from and this depends on grants, and we're not getting grants because we speak out about these corrupt fuckers, so we're not going to get the support.
Yeah.
We're not going to get the grant, but maybe in time, and if the change does happen, the new leaders will be like, man, I saw you at all the meetings, I saw you at the stuff, I like your idea, I know where you stand, and I'm going to support that.
Yeah, for sure. So if you could send a message to your younger self, what would you say?
Buckle up. Yeah, buckle the fuck up, man.
Classic.
Buckle up, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. So what are some personal goals that you're currently striving for?
Yeah, that's a project. I hope that project comes into fruition. I don't know, like even the clothing game too. Like I put stuff out, kind of pays the bills, but like I'm so worried about the political climate in Hawaii. I'm pouring all my energy in that. I don't really get to, I don't get to do the fun clothing things like the fashion shows. Bringing up new designers, and that's what I want to be able to coach and mentor the kids coming in, because I didn't have that. I didn't know what I had to look out for.
Yeah.
And even when I did know what to look out for, I still didn't. I thought I put in these safeguards, and and I learned along the way that maybe I should have done more of this and less of this. And now I can teach kids or the younger or anybody that wants to learn.
Yeah.
How to navigate in those spaces. Yeah.
So how do you see yourself in the next decade, like between your business and your personal life? Like, where do you want to be in 10 years?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd like to have a farmstead with my kids.
Solid. Could you give us some of the biggest blessings in disguise, I guess, that fatherhood has taught you?
You got to be a parent. If you know, you know. You got to be a parent, man, because like I can't do it justice, man. Yeah. I can't explain how special it is.
I like that answer. I'm in a moment in my life where I'm not ready to have kids.
Oh, but it's soaking, man.
It definitely doesn't sound like a scary idea.
Yeah. I mean, we need it. That's another discussion. Population implosion and collapse. Yeah, that's another discussion.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, kids are the fucking treasures of life.
Yeah. So would you say that you'd probably consider the greatest personal achievement you've done so far was being a dad? Yeah, that's a solid one. So what are some of your favorite cultural aspects about Hawaii? Like, what was like maybe your favorite mo'olelo growing up?
Many hands make many hands make a large task small.
Yeah.
You know, and done together. Oh shit! I knew it too before. I'm having a brain fart too right now.
No worries, bro.
And I don't have like my friends. I'd be like, you know, like I have Sean guys. Hey, what's the one? How does it go?
Yeah.
You know, because he went to he took Hawaiian studies and stuff too. So, you know, I have like, and that's a cool thing. Like I have, you know, in my circle, I have those people that can answer those questions. And not a lot of people have that. You know, so like I am who I am because of them.
Yep. You are who you cruise with, or I like the one, birds with the same feathers flock together.
Yeah, if you hang out with 5 dummies, guess what? You're the 6th dummy. Yeah, for sure. And I gotta worry about that too. Like now, like I'm watching who my kids hang out with. Yeah. Dude, I'm just like, I'm like the sharpest tool in the shed. I should be hanging out with them, spending so much time. And
how come you like cruising with so-and-so?
Yeah, but then I gotta remember too, man. It's like, I was probably the kid that the parents
never like.
Nah, you know what? Everybody's parents loved me.
I definitely was the kid that parents would warn their kids about.
Well, no, so in my family, my cousins weren't allowed to play with me and hang out with me. Oh, you stay away from Keoni. But you know, like in my friends, man, because I was so respectful and I'm so helpful, that all my friends' parents liked me.
Yeah.
You know, so
you had the older values probably, that's why.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That's probably the thing I appreciate most about being raised from my grandparents is like, I was taught the same values my mom was taught, you know what I mean? Like,
did your parents do drugs?
Yeah.
Okay, see, anybody that has their grandparents raise them, is most likely because of that. There's some kind of drugs.
It was very popular back in the day.
I mean, like the 60s and the 70s, man, that was free love and
for real.
Cocaine, and I mean, cocaine's still around. But,
hey, so what made you come up with the moniker Painkillers?
It's my initials, PK.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like back in the day, you know, I sold dope and stuff too, So I had a couple of customers that would always come short with money. I just always had, and they, here, have some of these, you know, and I just always had them. And everybody used to hang out at my house and stuff, and I'd just be like, got these, you know what I mean?
A little farm party.
And then, you know, I never even smoked a joint in my life. Never smoked a cigarette, never vaped, never did coke or anything like that. Molly's, I like Molly's. Drink a rap soda. You know what rap soda is? I'll drink one of those once in a while, but
the fizz face.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, like, I'm not like totally clean. I'm not bad either though. Because I hardly drink anymore. Dude, I just like playing Warzone, I guess, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of boring actually.
No way. So what would you say was the hardest thing about owning and operating a brand in Hawaii?
Just loyalty. I would say loyalty. And I kind of knew it, but I still have faith in people, and I'm still gonna give people the benefit of the doubt. And you know, I'm gonna hope that they will do the same for me too. But more often than not, that, you know, it kind of didn't really happen. And because when you're the creative director, or you created something and you gave people jobs, like, and duties and delegated certain duties to them, and the thing becomes successful. It became successful under your leadership, yeah. And you know, sometimes they think, oh, it's successful because of what I do.
Yeah.
Well, if it's successful because of what you do, you would have been doing this without my involvement. You know what I mean? You'd have had your own brand.
You would have been successful.
Before.
Yeah.
Because I came out of jail with no money.
Yeah.
So you would have had something going for you in that space. And I think, you know, and with social media, it's just whoever talks more shit on there is the more popular one now. And you know, there's a lot of clout chasing going on, where I like to do clout mentoring. You know what I mean? Say, hey, man, you dial it back a few notches, man, and you got to remember you're doing this because of this, or treat people this way because, you know, if shit falls off tomorrow, man, you'll still be known as a good person, and people will still fuck with you. Or if you lose this opportunity over here because you did it correctly and respectfully, and Pono, whatever you do after that, they'll fucking follow and they'll fuck with you.
Straight up. It's kind of like leading by example.
Lead by example and sweat equity.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays everybody wants, you know, they want overnight success.
Yeah.
Or they want to be rich now. And you know, I get that all the time. I say, hey, you want to do a project together? And okay, yeah, let's work on something. And you know, we'll start working on something, and they'll see the work involved in it, and then, you know, hey, what, you coming down? What, we still doing this?
Yeah.
What, you feel me? You know, I gotta go this. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I had a couple of those.
Yeah.
But
yeah, even for your podcast, you know, like, and the funny thing is, like, your podcast will pop up and do well, and then they'll come back and they'll say, hey, what? Fuck, I like do the filming, or and you know. Yeah. But say, okay, let's do it then. Yeah. But always prepare yourself in a way that if they left, it's not gonna affect you.
Yeah, you'd still be good on your own.
Yeah, you'd still be able to do it. But involve them. Like, let's get a fucking bag together. Let's do projects together.
Yeah.
Let's create legacy together.
Bruh, like, I wish my boys would hit me up and be like, bro, what? Like, you need help filming your stuff? Or, bruh, like, my friends, they're so, not like to talk down on my friends, because I love them, bro. I'll do anything for them. But like, bruh, come on, boys, we can fucking pop off.
No, totally.
Let's do it.
Totally. And, you know, even my selection of people that I started Farmers with, you know, it was you know, it was well thought out. If you look at all my workers, they weren't from that island.
Yeah.
They're from outer islands. Because, you know, now they're going to put 100% into this. They don't have outside forces, you know, all up in their ear and pulling them in different directions. Here, you know, same va'a, going one direction. You know, and you know, thank you guys for letting me be the steersman. Yeah. But I'm not going to just cruise like this and just steer. You know what I mean? Fuck, I'm pulling too. Let's go. Yeah. You know what I mean? And more often than not, you can tire out before me. Yeah. Because I'm built for this shit. This is my calling. And I know I'm the captain, and I know where I want to go. I'm going to keep fucking pulling, bro.
Mean, bro. So, I ask all of my guests this just because, you know, Hawaii, aloha, whatever. But what is your definition of aloha?
Aloha isn't a word. It's I'm gonna say a vibe sounds cheesy, you know what I mean? But it is. It's an energy.
Yeah, it definitely is a vibe.
You know, but it's connected to our culture.
Yeah.
So the word aloha, it's part of our culture. It's kanaka. It's olelo, yeah. That's intrinsically, in my opinion, connected to us. Can everybody have aloha? Yeah. Because it's an energy, and we all can share this energy. But here in Hawaii, aloha, we are the caretakers of it. Yeah. In my opinion.
That's kind of what Brenton was saying when I asked him. He was basically saying, like, locals are, like, we're the ones that take care of aloha, and that's why, like, with so much of us leaving, there's not that
Oh, I
much
like
aloha around in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Oh, you had a podcast with him?
Brenton Awa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that one, bro.
Well, yeah, I did that like last year. Bro, I brought him like into my freaking room in front of my PC. Like, it was so grassroots, bro.
Yeah, so, and I love that, bro.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that shit.
It's super class. I stopped doing it in my room just because, like, I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna get bigger, I probably shouldn't be bringing like celebrities to my room.
No, yeah. No, yeah, and you know, and that's what, you know, like, that's what we offer up here. So I'll give you a tour over here. So we have, you know, lucky that Jared gets set up there because Jared likes to talk about politics and he's well versed in it. So he gave them a little space where they talk about politics. But
yeah,
you know, that's part of Kuleana. Yeah, it's like when you're doing good, you want to help others. You know what I mean? And
yeah, for sure.
It's sometimes it gets tough because bills do need to get paid, and you know, all that responsibility falls on me. Yeah. So I got to pay for all the bills. So sometimes it gets a little tough, and I could be like, oh fuck, nobody's helping me in that sense. Yeah. But like I said, I'm part of an ecosystem that, you know, teaches, and I get different things out of it. Yeah. You know, whether it's Ike or just support, or you know, if I might get a flat tire down the road, you know, or I need a jump, I'm gonna call one of them, and I know one of them is gonna come. Yeah, straight up. So, is there any advice that you would want to give to, I guess, people that look up to you or are inspired by what you do for your community? Humility, bro. Humility, and understand that we're all walking different paths, yeah. And not all of our paths are going to be exactly the same. Sometimes my path might take a left turn and your path might take a right turn, but I can still support you in your right turn path. You know, I don't have to see it as you're going against me. Yeah. You know, we still have the same destination and the same place we want to end up at. So we can still support each other from wherever we're at. Yeah. And I think that's something that our community needs to understand and embrace a little bit more. Like, you know, we just had one of our friends, and this is the sad part about the Hawaiian community and the sovereign community is that, you know, we're all working for the same thing, yeah? And, you know, for our identity and our aina, but we have different ideas on how to reach there. And we keep, not myself, but a lot of people, as a people, we keep on talking shit about another person's journey. Yeah. And you don't understand their journey. You can't talk shit about that journey because you don't understand it. Yeah. Let them go. Support them how you can, however you can, support them. I'm not saying put all your energy into their journey. Put all your energy into your journey. But if you can support them too. Because, you know, we all want to end up in the same place. Yeah. Beautifully said, bro. Well, freaking, that was pretty much all of my questions. I appreciate your Ike time and mana'o. Yeah. I'm going to try these on, bro. Oh, brah, please do. I'm going to give you a tour on the spot. Yeah. How's that branding? Ooh. Yes,